Happy Friday. Oh, wait, it's Happy Tuesday. Mia, it's a Tuesday. This is
Yeah,
great.
look at us gathering on a Tuesday.
We are indeed, and that's because it is such a special occasion. A lot of you ask us all the time, what is the collective? You know us as your customer communications experts, and we're part of Chameleon Collective. And so today is your day to find a little bit more about the collective. So, Mia, why have we been at this amazing place for 4 years?
Well, when we decided to become independent consultants, we joined this amazing group that is structured where all these consultants can work together on projects or work alone. It's a very flat structure, and it just works for us. It's been amazing for us.
It really has been. And it's all based on a fundamental principle. And we are so privileged today to have two of the three amazing authors of what that principle is, really, and it's collective capitalism. So we'd like to introduce to you the actual founder of Chameleon Collective, Freddie Laker, and then one of his co-authors, Juan Carlos Morales, also known as Nemo to the rest of us. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Hey,
Good morning.
thanks for having us.
So let us know what is collective capitalism and how did you get here? How did you get to the point of writing a book about this?
Nemo, would you like to start?
No, I want you to take that one.
Okay. First off, I think it's not something I came to on my own. This is one of the key principles of a collective is this concept of we before me, and so this is something that was really created through lots and lots of people's inputs over 10 years as we learned and evolved over time. I can tell you that some of the initial sparks was a feeling of just incredible discontent with traditional corporate environments. At the same time, I'm a multi-time founder and serial entrepreneur. So I got this crappy haircut. It's a very stressful, very stressful path to go down. And when the beginning of Chameleon Collective started coming together, I was in a very interesting place. I knew I never wanted to start another company again, and I also didn't want a job. And that's kind of problematic if you have bills to pay, like the rest of us. And we knew there had to be a better way. Was a phrase that we used to say a lot in the early days of Chameleon Collective, and that turned out to be collectivism. And that's why we felt we needed to write this book. I think that more people need to understand that there are other options. You don't have to go down the path that maybe business school or whatever told us, or even our parents trained us that we had to, build businesses or build careers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look, I have a question for you. You wrote this book, the two of you, along with another author, Collective Capitalism, and it sold out on day one. What does that tell you about where people's heads are at in terms of the structure of work today?
I think the reality is, and part of the reason I think Chameleon Collective has done so well is people are desperate for another way. There's so many people who are just so over it. I mean, let's be honest. How many times have you sat around either having drinks with friends or dinner table or just a panicked phone call from a friend where they were just sick of it. They're sick of the nonsense that happens in the traditional corporate world, or maybe they'd gone out there and they tried to be a solo entrepreneur or a more traditional entrepreneur. It's hard and it's scary and it's stressful. And I think people are looking for alternatives, and it doesn't feel like there's that many out there. And so sometimes I tell people that if you think about kind of starting a traditional business over here and working in corporate being over here, collectivism somewhere in between these two things, and we've tried to find the best parts of both of them. And for some people, it's the greatest thing that they've ever seen. Some people, it's not for them, but I think that for the right type of people, this can be a really, really smart way to build a business and build a career all at the same time.
Yeah, me and I are testaments to that. That's for sure. We were fed up with traditional companies. So this was a breath of fresh air, and it's been amazing the last 4 years. So Nemo, what is your one thing that you would want people to take away after reading Collective Capitalism?
Yeah, it's something we used to say to each other when we started writing the book, is this notion that success doesn't have to be a zero-sum game. In corporate America, we're constantly competing. It's a very sort of pyramid structure type of hierarchy where the higher up you go, the sort of more control you get, and the more success sort of hits you more than it hits everyone else around you. And I think that for us, this notion that we could all be successful together, and what would happen if we built a business with that sort of core principle in mind. And I think that's why that's the sort of subtitle of the book is how a shared success can transform business. So, we definitely want folks to walk away with the fact that there is this other way to build businesses, right? There is this sort of third path that Freddie described. And that third path is something that benefits more of us than the traditional path, which usually just benefits the few.
That's amazing. And you guys even created a resource center for people, right? Is it collectivecapitalism.org? Is that?
Collectivecapitalism.org, my first .org domain. I'm feeling very, very fancy now.
We'll be adding to it, adding resources, things that like we use within Chameleon that we want to be able to share. We think of this idea as like an open source concept, right? We basically want folks to take it and steal it and use it. We are trying to create a movement, not own an idea.
That is fabulous. And I think we should end on that note, creating the movement, not own an idea. That is fantastic. And we do want to give credit to Paul Lewis, the third of the authors for the book. So if you want to know more, please check out the links that we're going to drop in the comments. You can buy the book directly from Amazon. You can check out collectivecapitalism.org. Please check out both Freddie and Nemo's profiles on LinkedIn. They are amazing people. With that, Mia, we're going to say cheers instead of to the weekend. We're going to cheers to the rest of the week, right?
Yeah. Cheers to the coffee.
Yes.
We actually have our coffee.
Cheers, y'all. Thank you very much for being here.
All right, thanks for having us.
So much for having us.